A while back on one of our shaving videos highlighting what it was like to shave back in the 1800s, we received a comment asking, did they use aftershave back in those days? Well, they certainly did, so we thought we'd take this opportunity to highlight some of the most popular aftershaves of the late 1800s and early 1900s. Surprisingly, with a little searching, all of these aftershaves can still be purchased today. Let's start with one of my all-time favorites, Hoyts. Hoyts was first developed in 1868 by apothecary Eli Waite Hoyt and originally called Hoyt's German Cologne. Due to anti-German sentiment after World War I, they dropped the German and it just became Hoyt's Cologne. The cologne was so popular that 7 years after its first release, Mr. Hoyt shut down his apothecary to devote his full interest to the production and sale of the cologne. I absolutely love the smell of this stuff, but I'd be at a loss if I had to tell you exactly what I was smelling. Historically, Hoyt's contains bergamot, neroli, orange blossom, and lavender for a strong floral scent, although it's nothing like, say, a Lilac Vegetal. Strangely, Hoyt's has a reputation for bringing good luck, especially with matters pertaining to gambling. That brings up another interesting point. Many of these aftershaves have long histories of claimed magical abilities, with many of them still being used in magical cleansing and healing rituals around the world. I'm such a personal fan of this stuff that I've always thought someone should make one of those weird modern Johnny Depp style perfume commercials for Hoyts. Oh, what the heck, we'll do it. I need to load my gun. I need to load my gun. I need Hoyts. I need Hoyts. Hoyts. Moving right along. Florida water also has a long history of use in folk magic and spirit work. It was also a very popular aftershave for those who simply sought a cooling balm after a pass with a razor. First introduced in America by New York City perfumer Robert I. Murray in 1808, Florida water was in wide use by the 1890s, manufactured by multiple pharmaceutical companies around the country. It was initially marketed as an American version of eau de cologne or cologne water for overall body use, but eventually found its widest success as an aftershave. The company that currently sells Florida water, Murray & Landman, claims that they're still using the original 1808 formula. Florida water is another of my favorites, with a formula that includes a citrus base with an emphasis on sweet orange and spicy notes of lavender and clove. Bay rum is another aftershave that's been around for a very long time, was quite popular in the 1800s and early 1900s, and is still very popular today. It was most likely first distilled on St. Thomas and other West Indian islands using the leaves and berries of the West Indian bay tree, Pimenta racemosa. Other ingredients are then added, typically citrus and spice oils, lime oil, and oil of cloves, topping it all off with a bit of high-quality rum and cinnamon. I actually ordered a bay rum plant to try and make my own bay rum, but try as I might, I wasn't able to keep it alive in the Northern California climate. We've gone over a few of my favorite historic aftershaves, and now we come to Kananga water, which I have to say is an acquired taste. It's a very strong aftershave, which I personally find a bit distasteful, but others love it, and it's been popular for a very long time. Created using the essential oil of the lang lang or Kananga odorata plant, the aftershave was first produced on plantations established in British Jamaica in the 1800s. In addition to being a popular aftershave around the world, Kananga water is used extensively in religious ceremonies, a use particularly common to the African diaspora. Kananga Water is sold today by many different manufacturers, including Murray and Landman, who sell it under the name Agua de Kananga. From British plantations to the Hungarian cavalry, Lilac Vegetal was first formulated by Edward Penaud, the court perfumer at the time, for the cavalry attached to Napoleon III. He needed something to de-stink the cavalrymen between baths, and in concocting this effective odor-covering body splash, he also created an enduring aftershave still loved by lots of devoted users. The Lilac Vegetal formulation we know today was launched by the Edward Penaud Company in 1880. Originally called Lilac de France in its earliest cavalry splashing incarnation, it was later renamed Lilac Vegetal for its green hue and the vegetal notes in the opening. To me, Lilac Vegetal smells like spring, and it's my go-to Easter aftershave. As brave as the Hungarian cavalry must have been, I don't know if they would have been brave enough to splash Osage rub on their faces after a shave. A fixture in early American barbershops and extremely popular throughout the United States in the early 1900s, Osage rub was created by Merton E. Waite in 1901 and went into large-scale distribution in 1903. Osage rub was originally created as a hair tonic, but it didn't take long for enterprising barbers to begin using it as an aftershave as well. Packing a strong punch of both menthol and eucalyptus, Osage rub was touted as having medicinal benefits, and I can testify to the fact that it can indeed clear your sinuses. I know lots of folks that are fans of using Osage rub as an aftershave, but be warned, this stuff is not subtle. If you can handle it, you'll be treated to an invigorating, eye-opening, cooling blast of menthol refreshment. I've heard Osage rub described as Altoids for your face, so that should give you some idea of what's coming when you splash it on post-shave. Every one of these historic aftershaves has a distinctive odor that really has to be experienced to be understood, so search them out online. Most can be purchased for a very modest price, so there's no excuse not to take your own aromatic trip back through time. Give yourself a chance to see just what's made these classic, timeless aftershaves endure the passage of the many decades since they were first created.